Hello YouTube, Wilful Ninja here, bringing you another D&D video. Today's video is not another race video. Today we're talking about Tomb of Annihilation, the latest modular adventure by the Wizards of the Coast. This is a great book. Yesterday I started a campaign with some of my friends. Some of you may recognize some of the names as people that are a part of my live stream that happens every Friday. And that is my friend Dale. Two of my friends may be joining the Friday stream. Hopefully not too long. But we started this adventure yesterday. It was great. To be honest with you, all we did was get to the main city hub of this campaign, and all we did was dino racing. Now, we did get the rules wrong a bit, because I've only had the book for a few hours that day, and I've read through it, but I was mainly focused on reading about the core story, like the stuff that it focuses on, such as the death curse that everyone, if you've been watching the videos released by Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons Facebook page, you'll know that there's a death curse that's going around. But yeah, it's a great adventure. Like, the artwork alone is amazing, you know? Like, there you go. I took a picture of me doing that and posted it onto Facebook. It's just something that I noticed that a lot of D&D players have been doing. But okay. But yeah, there's loads of different things like about this. I love this book for two reasons. Now, I might be wrong. There's another module that does it. But to my knowledge, I'm not sure about Storm King's Thunder, but every module except for Curse of Strahd and this, all the other modules take place in the Sword Coast. And to be honest with you, I was thrilled, and even then, sorry, there's flies flying around, fruit flies. Oh god, I hate them. But anyway, they all take place centered around Faerun, and what I love is that this adventure doesn't. It takes place in Chult, an island peninsula. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, Chult is a peninsula ringed with mountains and choked with rainforests. So yeah. Now, for those of you that are not into dinosaurs, this does have stuff to offer you. It offers like lots of zombies. Hold on a sec. One of my dogs has something that he shouldn't have. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. My brother has Lego that's on the floor, and my dogs tend to go at it and, chew at it. But okay. But yeah, as you can see by the cover, it definitely involves some sort of lich, or I've also heard it being pronounced lick. I personally prefer it being pronounced as lich because of the H at the end, but okay. But anyway. So it definitely involves some kind of necromantic bad guy. And how should I put it? It's great. Like, there's other creatures to deal with. Like, hold on. What I love is there's also loads of puzzles. Like, here's some of the artwork. Like, guys, like, it's absolutely amazing. Like, look at that. And yes, that is now, when I first saw that image, what I thought was in its mouth, like, it was uploaded on Facebook. It's one of the first images teased about Tomb of Annihilation, except for the face, like the devil face. But that was one of the first images I've seen of it, and I thought like that was saliva. That's some of the party members being eaten up. It's not. It's a zombie It's a fucking zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex that vomits more zombies. Like, what? What the hell? But yeah, so yeah, it takes place on a completely different island. Has a lot of... me and my friends argued about the type of accents that some of the natives would have. They were like, oh, try African, because, like, again, the images of the people, they're very dark-skinned. The native humans are very dark-skinned. So they're like, try African voice. I botched it. I kept leaning into Jamaican. I don't know why. I just kept leaning into Jamaican. Which got a few laughs, but I'm like, guys, on the DM, I need to do a better job than this. You laughing does not help. But yeah, like, look at now there's some cosmetic changes. For example, if you're playing an Era Croaker that is native to Chult, here's a new cosmetic alteration. You instead of being more like eagle or vulture like, you get sort of like eagle mixed with parrot. So that's cool. Now, funny enough, one of the key writers of this adventure was apparently the guy who writes for Adventure Time. Hold on. Where was it? Where was it? Sorry, folks, bear with me. My friend recognized his name as soon as I read it, like... Okay, yeah. His name is Pendleton Ward, creator of the D&D inspired animated series Adventure Time. So yeah, they went to him like for a lot of help with this book to keep some humor within the grim world. Now again, I don't know much about Adventure Time. I don't personally watch it. I know friends that do, and one of them was like, that totally makes sense. Like the Adventure Time has some, good themes, like, and it's not just comedy. But yeah, Chult is an amazing place to play in. Not the level range for this adventure is 1 to 11. So yeah, it can be played from level 1 to 11. But there are if your characters can survive this, start at level 1, they can survive the other books, basically. Because, where is it? Okay, one of the first things that's recommended is replacement characters. The book does recommend replacement characters. So yeah. There's also a ticking clock. There's a time pressure to it, but at the same time, it's not really recommended for you to attempt to destroy the big bad guy as soon as possible. Because again, the guy also states that in the soul devouring thing, the thing that's the big bad thing, it could take months or years. So it's a little bit of a there's a pressure point. Like, you guys need to get this done quickly, because but at the same time, take your time, because there is permadeath. Like the suggested character levels. First, The first area, the city that you arrive at, first or higher. Land of Chult. Now that's just generally exploring the island. First to sixth. If you're dealing with anyone in the Forbidden Sea, it's recommended you're fifth to eighth. Fang of the Night Serpent, I don't know what that is, 7th to 9th. And then if you're going to the Tomb of the Nine Gods, which I believe from one of the videos is, the big thing, it's recommended you're 9th or higher. So, it's such a great adventure. Like, most of the other adventures, there were sort of time crunches on them, but you were still, because of the time crunch of the scenarios, like Horde of the Dragon Queen, you're trying to stop them from gathering the resources to summon Tiamat. You're trying to stop the dragon cults, so there's a urgency, like yours are always on the move, going after that objective. This, however, because you don't know literally what this adventure is, like, this is what I love about this adventure. You go talk to... Now, if you're using this book has several adventuring hooks that you can use. And it has several, like, you can be contacted by the Harpers to go to the island. You can be... there's other hooks depending on your background that you can use. Let's see here. 1 sec, folks. Here we go. No, that's the parents. Oh, that's another thing that this book does is it gives you like a list of some creatures or names that you may not know how to pronounce, and it tells you quite clearly how to pronounce them. Okay. If you're an Acolyte, and it tells you where the background's from, so if you need to look at it. If you want to go to the Acolyte background, temples are vexed by a widespread magical curse that's causing people to waste away while also preventing the dead from being raised. An expeditionary force is headed to Chult to find the origin of the curse, and you've been decided to join it. Very simple, straight to the point, great. There's 2 new backgrounds with this adventure, and the book gives you a hook for each one. Anthropologists. I wish they both seem to relate to the main hook. A wizard merchant named Sindra Sylvain is wasting away, and she's hired you to join an expedition to Chult to find a cure. Sindra believes that your expertise will prove invaluable, and you've wanted to study the cultures there. So yeah, you have your own reason for going to Chult. Here's an extra reason. And then for the archaeologists. Now again, these 2 backgrounds, really fun to play. And I love the archaeologist, and I'll get into that at some point in the video. Which is now at 13:31. So I may have to do this in several parts because my phone's a bit dodgy when it comes to recording. I do apologize, but I wanted to just show you the bug. Okay, but yeah, the archaeologists. You've learned that a wizard merchant is planning an important expedition to Chult, a place full of lost cities you're anxious to explore. Your request to join the expedition was approved. Now, all these adventuring hooks, all these hooks bypass the other hook, which I'll get into at some point. But anyway, the reason why, if you can survive this from starting at level 1, you can survive any other adventure. Because the weather, first off. Chult is hot, humid, and rainy throughout the year. The temperature regularly climbs as high as 95 degrees Fahrenheit, or, for Europeans like me, 35 degrees Celsius during the day, and seldom falls below 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius, even at night. So it is hot constantly. And even when it rains, it is hot. A day without rain is rare, but rain varies from a steady mist to from drenching downpours. Visibility in heavy rain is limited 50 yards. Beyond that distance, only huge or larger objects can be distinguished. Missile weapon ranges are halved during rain. On days that receive heavy rain, there's a 25% chance that a full-blown tropical storm featuring sheets of rain, high winds, lightning, tall waves at sea, immense surf along the coast. Guides who know the conditions of Chult recommend hunkering down and staying put on those days. Travel by river is impossible. Canoes are swamped by waves within 15 minutes of launching. If characters insist on traveling by foot, every character gains one level of exhaustion automatically and must make a successful DC 10 Constitution check or gain another skill checks to avoid becoming lost or made with disadvantage. So yeah, basically this. No, again, the game encourages you to just, as I said, you whatever hook you take, or if you go with the main story hook, you're plumped on the island. That's it. You're given no indicator of where to go. Hold on, folks. Actually, no, that map is way too big. There's a secondary player map that I'm supposed to hand out. Give me a sec. Where's the handout? Here we go. Now, if you go with the hook of meeting the wizard, Sindra something, she gives you a map of what she explored. She's a retired adventurer, and she's been to Trump many times. But here's all she was able to map out. As you can see, there's a huge gap. Now, each hexagon is 10 miles. So it's very simplified. You can travel 3 hexagons a day. If my memory serves me correctly, and let me just double check to see if it does. Oh, wow. Let's see here. Core. I think it was the Dungeon Master's Guide that determined that where it talks about travel. But yeah, I think it was 30 days. Sorry, 3 hexagons. I think because you can only travel 30 miles a day. I think it was. Linking adventures, exploration. 242. Oh yeah, here we go. Travel time. Map travel pace. Yeah, if you're going at a normal pace, it's 3 miles. Oh wait, Kingdom. Hexagon. You can travel 1 hexagon. Sorry, yeah, no, it's 4 hexes a day. Sorry, there we go. 1 hexagon equals 6 miles. Okay, this is a little bigger than that. So yeah, let's round that down then to 3 hexes a day. Because like, if you can only travel like 6 miles a day, like, so if 1 hexagon equals 6 miles on a kingdom map, and well, yeah, if 1 hexagon equals 6 miles, and if you're traveling at a normal pace, you can travel 1 hexagon 2 hours, 4 hexes a day. That means then for a larger thing, I would rule it that yeah, you can only travel 3 hexagons a day, and then two. Sorry, you can travel then 4 if you're going at a fast pace. So you can only travel 3 hexagons a day, like. So yeah, that is very big in terms of what the usual exploration system is like. Now there are there's lots of stuff for you to do in the city. There's loads of stuff. There's a whole encounter sheet on the city alone. There's loads of different locations within the city. There's like 10 side quests for you to do. Does it give you extra experience? Oh, what's some of the side quests? Uh, hmm. Yeah, it's not seems to be known in the XP game. That's weird. And the book doesn't give any advice on dealing with experience. That's weird. Okay. Um. So yeah, there's 10 side quests for the players to take part in. There's no mention of XP gain. Weird. There's probably something earlier in the book. But yeah, but then the city itself has lots for you to see. Like, there's 18, 25 is the highest number I'm seeing. Is there a higher number than 25? Do I have more than 25? No, 25. There's 25 unique locations to take a look at. But, number 2. But, other than that, there then is dino racing. Now, this is what me and my friends did. That's all we did. We arrived at the city. We went to talk to one of the key NPCs. We got this journal. And then we went straight into dino racing. I lost, sadly, a lot. But yeah, the dino racing was hilarious. You can also try and gather rumors. What's this section about? Oh, it is there about finding a guide. But yeah, it's just amazing. Like, and then there's also a place where you can buy dinosaurs. Where was it? Here we go. Beasts for sale. You can buy like several different beasts. The most expensive is a Triceratops at 500 gold pieces. A flying monkey, giant lizard, or hadrosaurus is 100 gold pieces. Ankylosaurus, Deinonychus, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, and a flying snake costs 250. Now the Dino thing is a cousin. I'm actually going to Google search it to see if it actually exists. Sorry, folks, if I'm getting to an awkward angle here. My phone is on my table, so. Right, let's see. What's the spelling? Oh, sorry. It's an N, not N. Dino. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got some images on Google about it. It's okay. So I'm guessing when they were designing their Velociraptor for Jurassic Park, they took this dino and mixed it with the Velociraptor. I think they chose the name. They went with the name. I'm starting to see why like the Velociraptor in Jurassic Park is not a Velociraptor. Velociraptors were actually the size of turkey. Well, there's some debate. Some argue that it was the size of a turkey because there's a lot of fossils with that. But then people are arguing that they're like juvenile and then that Velociraptors were the size of wolves. It's yeah. Anyway, this this dinosaur was apparently larger. It's a cousin. Like, that's what it says in this thing, so I was curious, like, is it an actual thing? But yeah, it did exist. It's a cousin. It's more feathered. But yeah, so yeah. This would have been closer to what we would have gone in Jurassic Park, in terms of size. But again, the name is very hard to pronounce, so I can see why the writers or director was like, okay, you know what, we're going with a different name. We'll go with the Velociraptor. It's more known. It's easy to say. That's what we're going with. But yeah, now the dinosaurs. I know it. The Dino Racing was a great guide to know which dinos you can ride. Where was it? Sorry, folks. Here we go. The racing dinos. You have a young ass. Now, some of these are going to be young because if they get too big, they're too big for the arena. Sorry, for the racetrack. Sorry. Allosaurus, which is a cousin to the T-Rex, young. The Velociraptor thing that I just mentioned. Dimetrodon, which is sort of like a lizard with a sail. It crawls on all fours. Hadrosaurus. I don't know what a Hadrosaurus looks like. Oh, folks, let's quickly find it out. Hadrosaurus. Oh, someone already. It came up straight away. Oh, okay, yeah. Hadrosaurus is a duck-billed dinosaur. Yeah, there we go. I'm seeing images of it now. Hadrosaurus is a valid genus of the hadrosaur dinosaur that lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period. Okay. Yeah, I knew because like it's a duck-billed, so it's related. It's in the same category as a parasaur, which is the duck-billed with the sort of like curvature thing on the back of his head. Then it says udder. I don't know what I would put under udder. Triceratops. I think udder is like horses maybe and whatnot. Triceratops young. Again, Triceratops are too big when fully grown to compete in the track. And a Tyrannosaurus young. The racing was fun as hell. We did 3 races. They took up the rest of the session, but it was absolutely hilarious. And it tells you the rules about betting. But yeah, it's just fucking amazing. Like, it was such a fun game starting out. There's a lot of new creatures. Like, there's over 200, and this book is over 200 and something pages. Like, there's one section I really want to read up on, and that is the gods, because of something that I read at the back of the book. Sorry, that's because of something I read at the back of the book. So yeah, I really want to get a look, into that. Let's see, where's the gods section? Because I'm not understanding that thing now. I know Appendix E, it's in Appendix E, but I know that probably doesn't come into play until maybe much later. Alright, gods at front. Let's see here. The central figure of Child's history is a great god to pose. It doesn't mention that there. Okay. I'm sure the Appendix E will come up at some point. But yeah, the dinosaurs are also painted like, it's really cool. Like in the end of the race, the final race, like a race day contains 3 races, and in the last one, it's a hold no holds barred, where you can even have dinos attacking their competitors. Like, it's recommended that you don't allow players to attack, otherwise it becomes just a full blown fight. But yeah, it's an amazing